Let's see, who else do we have here? Victor, say get those thumbs up. Yes, please, and thank you. How are you doing this evening, sir? Let me get out to the live stream so I can make sure that this is working. Can you guys hear me okay? Oh, shows that I'm live. Let's see. Take the headphone out. Play. All right, I hear myself. Hopefully everybody's doing well. All right. Jeremy, Victor. So what's going on this evening? How's everybody doing? Time for me to pour up. All right. Who else do we have on the live stream? See a few of you here. Victor says, howdy, y'all. What's up, Victor? Luke Alamadas, how you doing this evening, sir? I'm good. How are you doing? Hey, yo, he says. Doing exceptionally well. Had a good day. Hopefully everybody else had a good day. Yeah, he is early. Yeah, Lou, you are early. But you know, we're not going to hold that against you. Are the kids sick or something? You know, you're here early. Ooh. Need to mix this up. Mm. How's everybody doing? Who else do we have on the live? Please don't be bashful. Say hi in the comments. Who else is here? Let's see. One is sleeping, the other one is hanging. All right. Smoke Ranger Grill Marks has made a brisket yesterday. Fell asleep a couple of times, but a couple of times too. But the end was a success. Yes, I did a brisket yesterday as well. Luckily I was able to. I didn't start the brisket. Well, I started the brisket. It was about 7 in the morning, I guess. So it wasn't too early, and it was done by 1 o'clock. I actually cooked it on my Weber kettle. The Weber kettle has become a favorite when I have a single brisket to cook. Victor said I had my first chat with the association. Went well. We'll have full access to membership information tomorrow. Barbecue with Neil. Neil, how are you doing this evening, sir? He said, hello, my friend. And hello, my friends. Not just me. Don't just say hi to me. Say hi to everybody. We are amongst friends and family, so, say hi to them, too. Isam says, greetings, big fella from Dallas, Texas, by the way of Queens, New York. God bless you and your family. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Right back at you and yours. Really do appreciate that. I need all the blessings I can get. Man. All right. So we're gonna have a good evening. We are sitting here sipping. Those of you guys who know Jimmy from Cuff and Stuff, he sent me a text message earlier. He said he's working late tonight and he's not going to be able to make it. He sends his apologies for not being able to be here. I said, oh man, I'm going to cancel it. He sent me a text message about 8:15 or 8:15ish. And I said, oh, I'm canceling the live stream because you're not going to be there. He said, nah, man, don't do that. FCB, what's going on? He says, hey, yo, Dash. Let's see. Hooks, rubs, and spices. We smoke meat. Hashtag we smoke meat. So what's up, Dash and chat? Hope y'all are doing well. Right back at you. Hope you are doing well as well. Man, good evening. Good evening. So, the first couple of minutes of the live stream, I typically try and, say hi and have all of the niceties and everybody gets to talk and kind of welcome everyone. So SCB says, "What's up, chat?" Terry from Madwood Barbecue. He says, "Hey yo, Dash." Victor. It's so funny. He says, "Grill season is all year long," in all caps. To us, we are like rock stars of the of grilling, of cooking out, of barbecuing and the like. So to us, you're right. I mean, I know my average on cooking outside has gone down in my, I won't say in my old age, but I'm like, man, it's cold outside. I'm not cooking out there unless I have to sometimes. But then again, I will fire up the Traeger or use the tabletop Blackstone. So there are times when I'm like, oh, yeah. Jeff Myers says, "Evening Dash." Hello, Jeff. How you doing? Just Jeff. Barbecue 951 says, "Man, this cold weather on the East Coast is no joke." Yo, you ain't lying. Hold on, I will drink to that. 951, where are you? 951, I think is that North Carolina? Maybe I'm thinking of 919. I think that's like Raleigh. ISM says, "By the way, big fella, I just broke new Chargilla XD smoke. It's a beast. Oh, bought. Nice. I still, I still have that couple $100 that I put away, to get something. I have been seriously thinking about, trying to get a tank, like a 500-gallon propane tank, and trying to build something. Just cause, like, for someone to build something for me, it's going to be between $3,500 and $5,000. For me to build something, I'm hoping I can build it for less than $1,000. But of course, I got to do the time, put the time in actually building it. But I'll be able to kind of tailor it to what I want in theory. So we'll see how that works out. Hook says, all the way from Utah, by the way of Texas. All right, Grumpus. Shout out to Grumpus. There it is. There it is. Grumpus, how you doing this evening? Yo, I have a new. So my wife, we were in Sam's, and she got a a dual, like a container set. Hold on 1 second. What?
So I'm watching the show called Moon Trainers.
Oh yeah.
And she put raisins in her thing to give it nutrients so it can go fast.
I know.
It seems like a life pack.
It is. So I've heard of that. between that and yeast nutrient.
She said it's a nutrient for this?
Yep. So that's if you're doing a sugar wash, you do that to help.
I don't know about sugar wash.
I understand.
She put it there to get as much alcohol out.
Yep.
She only had 3 days.
She what?
Only have 3 days.
Oh, wow. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, record it for me. I'll watch it. All right, guys. So Neil says, "Hello, my friends. How are you today?" Good. Grumpus is grilling season. Time out. Grumpus, you live in Texas where you don't even have 4 seasons. 4 seasons. So FCB says, "Congrats on 3,000 subs, Grumpus." Yes. So Grumpus, whatever you were doing your live stream, I didn't get it. Or no, wasn't a live stream, but I saw the brisket thing, and I set a reminder to try to watch it, and of course I was out and about doing something, and I couldn't watch it, and I haven't circled back yet. But yes, congratulations, Grumpus, on 3,000 subs. 951. All right, 951 said, "No, I came from California to Pennsylvania." Where in Pennsylvania? Smoke Rings is here in Southern Cal. Certainly is grill season year round. Yes, indeed. Lou says, "If my eyes are open, hey little girl, can you hand me my container? Is it right over there? Do you see it in there? The gray one?" Okay, don't worry about it. Thank you. Lou says, "Hey yo, Mrs. Dash." Lou says, "If my eyes are open, it's grilling season." Yeah, I don't know how that goes. Victor says, "That's the beauty of converting your own tank is you can take your time, a little here, a little there." We don't want me to take my time because I takes all of the time. Harrisburg, okay, all right. Neil said, I'm very happy to have 81 subscribers. I can't believe I made it that high. Yeah. The first, I won't say the first 100 is the hardest, but I'll tell you the first 1,000 is the hardest. Mr. Richard, how you doing this evening? He's checking in from Catonsville, from the other side of the zip code, basically. Q to Smokes is always grilling season. Sure enough, but not for everybody. And you know the masses, you know, it's like summer, May, May, May is like International Grill Month or Grill Month or something like that. So, I mean, we are about to hit grilling season. I always laughed when people would say, "Oh, it's grilling season. Oh, I can get out there on the grill now." Like, what was stopping you from getting out on the grill any other time? You know what I mean? Nice Grumpus. He said, Neil, make that 82. Awesome. Awesome. Shoot. That is great. This says, I feel like the availability of certain things in the summer is why it gets characterized as grill season. I agree, definitely, Lou. But I think it's geographical because I can go down to Texas and I can find charcoal all year round, or I can find things to grill all year round because people are grilling all year round. If we in this area on the East Coast specifically, and like in the Midwest and the East Coast, if the retailers would stop putting a season on grilling, then they could sell grill products all year round. But part of the problem is, I don't know, they commercialize it and they make it special, but it's not. I mean, yo, I'm gonna go outside and I'm gonna cook because I don't want to cook inside the house. I don't want to clean up inside the house, so I'll cook outside and I can. I won't have to do as I won't have to be as tedious in my cleanup. If that. Neil says, "Thank you, my friend. Greatly appreciate it. Nice. Yes. So I cook outside because I don't want to have to clean up inside. If I make a mess inside, then I have to clean it a lot more. Um, Grumpus says grill season equals full retail on grills and stuff. I agree. Like I said, they commercialize it. Grumpus, they commercialize it. Make it special. But then again, at the end of grilling season, you can find deals on things, but you know, grilling season is from like May to October. So 5 months? No. Richard said it's hard to believe, but for many, Memorial Day, Labor Day is barbecue season. Bless their hearts. Yes, indeed. You know, it's funny. So for me and mine, Memorial Day is fish fry season because we always go fishing. We haven't gone fishing in the past 2 years, my father-in-law and I haven't gone fishing in the past 2 years. But usually for Memorial Day, we have a fish fry. Neil says, I don't like to clean up outside or inside, but I do. Are we talking about outside or inside of the smoker, or just outside or inside? Period. Because I am guilty of not cleaning up as well as I should too. So what else did you guys? Anybody else cook anything kind of crazy this week? Like I said, I've done 2 briskets in 2 weeks on the Weber kettle in Charlotte, and like I said, that kettle has become a favorite for cooking. Like when I have a single brisket to do, the brisket I did the other day was 9 pounds, 9.5 pounds, and the one I did yesterday was 12.5 pounds. So they have to be smaller briskets to fit on the kettle, but I mean, still works. Yeah, Neil, I actually have, and I'm gonna say not due, but I am overdue. I have plans to do videos on cleaning up. You know, it's like, hey, this is a reminder that you need to clean your grills. I need to clean up the trigger. I need to clean out the big green egg, and I did clean out Charlotte really good the other day. Smoke Rain says, I have a question for you. Is Tri-Tip really readily available in your area? because I went to Lubbock, Texas, and had a better chance of finding Nemo than I could find a tri-tip. The locals were confused. So, Smoke Rings Grill March tri-tip is a West Coast thing, like for real. Um, you can find tri-tip in certain areas, but you have to like really, really know what to look for and where to look. It's I don't know what they use tri-tip for or what they put tri-tip in. Like I don't know if they make it up into like a ground beef or what, or it could be just one of those things where they send all of the tri-tips in the country out to California. Man, SoCal and tri-tips are like peas and carrots. You can't get tri-tip. Like I have a hard time finding tri-tip in Maryland, in the Baltimore area. Like I know of one place where I can go get tri-tips, and that's 45 minutes away from my house. So Neil says hoping to do some hamburgers this weekend. I thought about doing some smash burgers on the Blackstone, but just I haven't done it, you know. So Victor says this year I'm uh building a permanent snowproof barbecue area. So tired of replacing pop-ups. Yeah, man, those canopies get expensive. Yeah, Grumpus says don't see much tri-tip in these parts. Spoken like a true Texan. Don't see. I can see him tipping his hat and like kicking his boots while kicking his spurs. Don't say it. Pointing out, pushing out his belt buckle. Don't see much tri-tip in these parts. And he's spitting into a spittoon. Lou said, I just shot back all of the ash out of the Kamado Joe and put on the new gasket. So Lou, that is the one thing I have not done yet. I did do like a burnout, like a clean out burnout of the Big Green Egg, and I guess I did not. I don't know whether or not I didn't get it hot enough or it didn't stay hot enough long enough because the gasket was still fine. I watched the video. I watched the video a while back, and I saw someone else doing it. I was like, man, I need to try that, and I did it. And man, the results were phenomenal. How clean the inside of that grill. Yeah, it was like it was brand new again. It was crazy, but my gasket was fine. Smoke Range said tri-tip sandwich tacos, and it was made famous here in Santa Maria. Yep. Grumpus is laughing at me. I'm telling you, man, I could see Grumpus in his Hawaiian, well, you know, in his Hawaiian shirt, the boots with the spurs, some jeans, a big old hat. You gotta know your audience. So Grumpus would have definitely had on the a Hawaiian shirt with his cowboy boots and jeans, and yeah, he would have spit in a spittoon. Yep, around these parts. Sean, what's going on, man? How you doing this evening? Every time my spring clean burn out, I feel like I just gave up a tune to a Ferrari. What? Oh, I gave a tune up to a Ferrari. Okay. It's very satisfying. Yeah. Oh, yeah, your Kamado is red. Let's see. Grumpus, explain something to me. Why do folks want to see pit cleaning videos? I don't get it. The whole thing is they're motivational. It's like, man, if this guy cleans his grills, it's a reminder to everyone else. They need to clean theirs too. That's how I look at it. And that was how, like, it's just been. So I have been for the past 2 weeks, like, I need to go out and, because I started to cook on the Traeger, and what ended up happening was, like, there was a problem, and it was a problem with the pellets. And I don't know if the pellets, if it was just whatever it was, but the Traeger went out, and then I ended up having to. What I think was I cooking? Oh, I cooked the corned beef, and I kind of made it like a pastrami. So I smoked it, right, and I had a problem because the Traeger went off, and what I could determine was it was too much ash in there, and I needed to clean it out really well. So I was like, all right, now I gotta do a video cleaning out the Traeger, but haven't had an opportunity to clean out the Traeger. Like, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go out there today. Nope, that didn't work out. It was too cold. I'm gonna clean it today. Nope, that didn't work. It was too windy. I'm gonna clean it today. Nope, that didn't work. It was raining. So Mother Nature is not. This time of year is just funky, and the weather here, yo, it's been like 70 degrees one day, in the 30s the next. So yeah. Let's see. Mike G or Barbecue Mike G said March 20th through September 22nd. That's the half of the year between the spring and fall equinox dates. All right. So do you think that's grilling season? Um, Lou says to me, it's satisfying. All right. Tri-tip. Victor says tri-tip is created by the way the cow is cut up. Butchers in Southern California started doing it several years ago. They are fun, but I'll take a ribeye or New York strip over tri-tip. Victor, I'm telling you, it's one of those things, man. Tri-tip is good. Sean says I like watching pit cleaning videos. Well, the next I swear to you guys, the next couple of videos of mine are going to be pit cleaning videos because I have a lot of grills to clean around here. I need to clean my wife's grill. She told me I wasn't doing my husbandly duties and she had a small fire in her grill. So I gotta clean out her grill. I need to clean out. I definitely need to clean out the Traeger, and I could clean out the Big Green Egg, but I feel like that one is just fill it with charcoal, light it a fire, and let it burn, baby, and that cleans itself. And just like Lou was saying, you have to put on a new gasket, so maybe I can actually get it hot enough to burn up the gasket as well. Neil says a friend of mine has a pit boss, and I always torture him about cleaning the smoker. Yeah. Lou said, but is it satisfying watching someone else clean theirs? Yeah, it can be. It's one of those things, man. Grumpus. Victor says, Grumpus, I believe they like to watch others clean their pits instead of cleaning their own. Yeah, I agree with that. SCB said I found cooler weather is better for the Blackstone. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, FCB, because I struggle when it's cold outside. I struggle to get the Blackstone hot enough to actually do what I wanted to do. Like when I was cooking on it during the winter, I'm like, yo, this joint is taking forever. Hook says, gotta run, but y'all have a good night. Thanks for the good word, Dash. No worries. And you have a good evening. Thank you very much for hanging out for, a few minutes. Definitely appreciate it. You can always watch the replay and to find out, listen to in on what you missed. Grumpus says, Victor, maybe so, yeah. It's not that you want to see other people. It's just that you rather see them clean than you clean. I don't know. That's an interesting perspective. I tell you, man, Victor is full of perspective. He's full of other stuff too, but perspective is one of those things. Victor says, I can get tri-tip any day I want. Hey, it's beef. Of course it's good, but there are better cuts. Agreed, Victor, but it's like, I won't say you gotta change it up every now and again, but yeah. Gary says, I lived in North Carolina mountains for 30 years. Loved grilling in the winter. Now living in Florida. But we grill at the drop of a hat anytime, any place. Yeah, true. Where in Florida are you, Gary? Let's see. Neil says, if you welded 3 or 4 transport rims together, you think you could turn them into a barrel smoker? Transport rim? What do you mean? What are you talking about, a transport rim? SCP said the coldest I used the Blackstone was 15 to 20 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know, man. I don't know. See, now, one of the other things, too, I'm only using the tabletop Blackstone. Now, also, you have to keep in mind, in the cold, your propane doesn't perform at the same, it doesn't have the same pressure. When it's colder, the propane doesn't have the same pressure. So I always found it harder to run the Blackstone when it was colder because it was just like it didn't perform. Lake City, okay, Gary. I'm not familiar with where exactly Lake City is, but yeah, man, you're in Florida. I was in Florida, not last week, but the week before, and man, oh man, we cooked outside on the grill 2 days out of the 4 days we were there. All right. FCB says the edges weren't super hot, but the center was screaming. So which which Blackstone are you using? Do you have like a 4-burner Blackstone? Because my tabletop Blackstone, it only has 1 burner in the middle, and man, and John, it's just I look forward to warmer weather because it actually works better. Gary said, married a woman for there. Well, congratulations. Victor says, I've been told I'm full of lots of stuff, mostly fertilizer. Yep, you picked up what I put down. When I was in the Bay Area, they love tri-tip. Yes, indeed. Man, they do. Callie? Chef Orel, what's Gucci with you, man? He says, what's Gucci? Yes, indeed. Grumpus is Dash. You need to build a fire under the propane tank. Yo, you know it's crazy. I'm trying to think what it was I was doing, but I used like a MAP gas or propane gas to heat up a propane tank, and I can't remember what I was doing exactly, but I remember having to heat up the tank in order for it to work better because it was too damn cold. Like I think I was trying to start one of the big smokers, and I had a weed burner, and it wasn't doing anything, and I ended up using a torch to heat up the propane tank. So been there. Yeah, I've done some sketchy stuff. Gary says stop by anytime. Love the feed company. Well, shoot. We're in Central Florida. I think Lake. You said Lake City is. I don't know. I have to look up where Lake City is. FCB said I have a 36-inch 4-burner. Yeah, man. I'm telling you, like I swear, they must have higher BTU burners, because my little tabletop one, and like I said, I only have 1 burner. It doesn't work as well, and I don't have room for a 36-inch one. Mr. Pitts says I clean mine the next day after using a grill or smoke almost every day, at least 5 days a week in Dayton, Ohio. Yeah, man, dude, I'm not even gonna lie and say, oh, I clean mine too. Man, I cook, I take the food off, I go inside, I do what I need to do. Um, what FCB says propane boils at negative 40 degrees F. I've never had an issue with vapor pressure. I do. I do. And I definitely noticed it. When it's colder out, like colder than maybe 45 degrees, the propane pressure, and I don't know if it's my tanks or what, but they are lower. Gary said he grilled some grass-fed beef a couple days ago. Need to make some adjustments for it for sure. Yeah, grass-fed stuff it's different. I don't know if you would consider it or call it gamey or what, but it is definitely different. I had butane go liquid on me. Go to light a butane torch, and it just sprayed liquid from then on, then sat on the ground. Wow. Use a 20-pound tank or a disposable tank. In the winter, I could recommend a 20-pounder. In fact, I would recommend on your porch always use a bulk tank. So I have a 20-pound tank. I have half a dozen of them around the house, and it seems like I go through and it seems like I go through and fill up half a dozen of them at a time, and then every spring I'm down to 1 or 2 tanks that are full. Mike G said to clean 6 of my Webers out on Monday. Plastic 1-inch plastic putty knife is my favorite tool to clean with. All right. Yeah, I have. I'm gonna have to do that. A 1-inch putty knife. I use like metal scrapers and like the grill scrapers that have the metal scrapey bit on it. But yeah, Mr. Pitt says, well, I'm retired also. Makes it easier. Yeah, man. Oh, you should have led with that. Talking about I clean my pits every day. I clean my pits after I use them. So what you meant to say was I have nothing else to do but clean my pits. Because shoot, some of us have other things to do. We don't have that same luxury. We don't have that time yet. Mike G said tri-tip is also called bottom sirloin. Really? I don't think I knew that. See, that is awesome. See, now next time I go to Fogo de Chao, I can be like, yeah, I will have some bottom sirloin. Because they be like, bottom sirloin? I'm like, nah, I'm good. Nope, nope, bring me the picanha, please. Picanha? Picanha? Then between the beef ribs and the picanha, that's like all I want. They be like, top sirloin? No, no. Picanha? Beef ribs? Yes. And like chicken? Picanha? Nah, I don't want no chicken. Oh, lamb. Mm. The lamb chops? Lamb chops, picanha? Those are my jam. And the beef ribs. Neil says, okay, my friends, I'm sorry, but I have to go. 5 o'clock comes early. You have yourselves a great night. Thanks for the good conversation. Bye for now. Thank you, Neil. You definitely have a great evening. Appreciate you being able to hang out with us. Really do. And you know what's crazy? I have to get up tomorrow morning and go into my office. I am not looking forward to it. I started originally doing these live streams on Wednesday nights because on Thursdays, I didn't go into work until 10 o'clock. Well, now I'm getting back up and going to work at, well, 6 o'clock, but tomorrow I have to get up extra early and go into the office. Normally on Thursday mornings, I work from home, but tomorrow I have to go into the office. Victor said the question is, why are you using your Blackstone? I believe I remember you using the disposable in your video. What are you using on your Blackstone? I use the propane tank, a 20-pound tank. In that video, I think I set up a disposable one just because it was kind of new. But I'm telling you, Victor, I use it a lot more than you guys see. I just can't always, like, I get out there, do a quick cook, and dude, if I film a video on every single thing that I cook, it probably would add 2 or 3 times the cook time to videos. And it's like, my wife and my kids, they're waiting to eat, and I'm trying to film and get the perfect shot and do stuff over and make sure it's pretty and this, that, and the other. It just it becomes draining. So I do a lot of cooking and don't do a lot of filming. Like, did anybody see the short? Just comment short, in the comments. So I might start doing that as I'm cooking. Just getting like a quick pan of whatever it is I'm cooking, and I'll post some shorts videos. Not very much context, not very much anything, just doing some shorts. Nope. Sean says their Parmesan pork is A1. Nope. A1 is A1. Parmesan pork, I'm cool. I have actually tried it. I know you guys are like, that doesn't need pork. I've tried it. Not a fan. And actually, I'm thinking, I don't think it's Parmesan pork, it's garlic pork, Sean. Steven, he says, hey, yo, that's good evening. And good evening, everyone. Victor, everyone thumbs up, right? Yes, Victor's reminding everyone, hey, if you have not already, please hit that thumbs up button. I'd greatly appreciate it. Definitely appreciate it. It takes longer to drag the video crap out than it does to do the actual cook. Rumpus, you ain't never lied. There's a pound for you. Mark Henderson, how you doing this evening, Mark? He said, hi, Dash, I hit the like button. Well, thank you, sir. Greatly appreciated. And if you have not hit that thumbs up button for me, I'd really appreciate it if you could. If you're in the chat, just, like, back out just a little bit. You'll see the thumbs up. Hit it, and then come back and join us. Hello, McFly. Marty? All right, I see. Oh, man, I see. What is it, what is his name? Why can't I think of his name? But I see the picture there. He said, hey, I hit the like button too. Nice. Grumpus said I hit it 3 times. Well, thank you, Grumpus. I appreciate you. Really do. But yeah, man, I mean, grilling season. I swear it's an East Coast thing. But I've lived on the East Coast for my entire life, and when I say there is a grilling season, there is a grilling season. For sure. Because, man, you can't find, like, I hate it when it's in the middle of the winter and I'm looking for charcoal and I can't find it. I'm looking for pellets. I can't find them. I'm like, yo, I need pellets. I need charcoal. Why can't I find some pellets and charcoal? And people look at me funny when I buy 800 pounds of charcoal. I'm like, man, McFly, well, hello McFly says, I love grilling always. Yes, yes. I think we all do. We collectively here. But we are not the, we are the 1%. We are the let's say the 1 to 5% of the outliers, of the people who are cooking all year round. And when I say that, I'm speaking primarily to those people who are on the East Coast. Like those of you who are in Texas, those of you who are in Florida, the more temperate areas, y'all definitely have access to so much more stuff that it's frustrating because I'm like it's just like I said, I can't get charcoal all year round. I can't. I have to have it myself. I have to stockpile it in order to have charcoal. But I tell you what's convenient, not running out of charcoal. That last time I bought charcoal, I mean, 800 pounds of charcoal, I still have, it's probably a quarter of it left. I mean, I'm chilling. That charcoal has lasted me a year and some change. Victor says, in that case, you probably had a bad regulator. It doesn't matter if cold or hot. The regulator regulates the pressure. Imagine that. Yeah, I'm telling you, Victor, there's I don't know. I don't know. And I mean, I really feel like it's just the cold. Maybe in certain areas they make those pressures or the I don't know what it is. Roland. Yep, Roland. Since checking in, it's been a while since I caught a live stream. Well, yeah. Gary says I use oak wood year round. Well, sure enough. Yeah. Yeah. Sean says Kingsford hasn't gone on the sale since the pandemic started. Yep. Um, so I bought I bought that 800 pounds of charcoal in the summer of 2020, and that was with a friend of mine. Was it the summer of 20? I guess it was the summer of 2020, and that was with a friend of mine who used his military discount to help buy the charcoal for me. Ended up getting the charcoal bags for like $11, $12 a bag or something like that. So I got them at a discount. Grumpus says I can buy charcoal at the grocery store in December. Grumpus, I can have you read between the lines in December or in April. So yeah, you know, talking about I can buy charcoal at the grocery store in December. Mm-hmm. Mr. Pitt says I don't have a local Lowe's or Home Depot that sells charcoal year round. Oh no! So Mr. Pitts, the whole thing is after grilling season, that charcoal gets so picked over, and those bags are horrible. And here's the other thing: they're not on sale, or the stuff that like the I bought. People give me grief because, everyone always says, "What's your favorite charcoal?" And my canned response is whatever's on sale. Like seriously, whatever is on sale. I obviously am not appealing enough to um charcoal manufacturers or charcoal makers to give me like a pallet of charcoal, send it to my house. Would I like that? Yes. Do I have that? No. So I have to buy my own charcoal. I'm not sponsored by any charcoal manufacturers. That being said, I have to pay for my charcoal, which means that as me running a business, I have to do the most fiscally responsible thing and buy charcoal when it's on sale. So, no, I'm not paying Lowe's in the middle of the winter prices for charcoal just because I can get it from there. I know better. So, no. Mr. Silver Bart says, did you buy 800 pounds in bulk or 40 20 pound bags? It was 20 40 pound bags. They were the double bags that were 20 pounds or 18.6 pounds or whatever it was. FCB says regulators actually keep the pressure fairly low. Yep. Grumpus is laughing. Dude, man, yeah, dog. They just said, do you remember you need the griddles itself? It's fighting the cold also. Oh, I understand. Um, I'm aware, Victor. So and that's one of the things. Like I don't like cooking on that griddle in the cold because, like I said, I know that it doesn't get hot enough. I feel the same thing with the trigger. In the winter, I cannot get that trigger up to full temperature. When it just gets too cold, it's fighting against the cold. I know that. The the best cookers I have to cook in the cold are my insulated smokers. So I hate to say it, Bernadette is good in cooking in the cold. Vicky is great cooking in the cold, and the Big Green Egg is great for cooking in the cold. The ceramic, but the problem is with the ceramic, it takes a while to get it up to temperature, and that's always been my gripe with the Big Green Egg. It's like it takes an hour for me to get it up to temperature, and then I'm done cooking in 15 minutes. And then it takes however many hours for that thing to come down off of temperature. So I will cook in the Traeger, or I will cook in Charlotte, the Weber kettle. Sean says HEB sells wood splits all year round. I have wood splits in my yard all year round. I don't even have to buy them. What? Like, come on now. Let's see. I pay 40 pounds Kingsford, $18 out here on SoCal. I use splits with that. So, um, the bags are $20 about now for 40 pounds, for Kingsford. And when I was able to, I got them on sale. Like they were on sale for $15 or so. And then my buddy, he got an additional 10 or 15% off with the military discount. And he was like, I was complaining. I was like, dude, because I said, the charcoal hasn't gone on sale since basically same thing Sean said since the pandemic. And I'm like, yo, I'm running low on my charcoal, because it hasn't gone on sale. And I usually buy 400 or 500 pounds at a time. And he was like, you want me to buy it for you? I was like, yeah. So he bought it and bought it for pickup by me from another store, and I just sent him the money. And like I said, I ended up getting the bags of charcoal for like $12 a piece, 40 pounds for $12. I'll take it. Grumpus said, I bought 400 pounds of charcoal when Dash bought 800. I'm still using it. Hell yeah. Gary, no pallet discount, man. They make you pay full price. And it was damn near a pallet that I got. Victor says, hey Grumpus, I can buy charcoal in December, January, etc. also. And in a beautiful world, I can buy it. I don't want to buy it at that time because the price isn't right. Grumpus said, yes, Victor, it's hard to be humble. Yeah. McFly said, hello, McFly says, my offset barrel is named Ashley. All right. I see you. Mark says, I use a Kamado, and Dash is right. It takes a while to heat up in the winter. Yeah, man, dude. I mean, I'll be like, ugh. And, because my whole thing is I won't say run away, but I've had it. And it has definitely taken me a while to get used to cooking on Big Green Egg. And there are certain things that I do on a Big Green Egg. There are things that I do on the Big Green Egg that just they turn out great on the Big Green Egg. A leg of lamb is one of those things that I love the way that the leg of lamb comes out when I cook it on a Big Green Egg. Can I do it on the Weber kettle? I'm sure, but I just like the way it comes out on the Big Green Egg. So, with that being said, in the winter, like starting the Big Green Egg. And I've gotten a little better with leaving the top open to help it build up a fire and then heat from the inside out, as opposed to closing it down and letting the fire build up slowly. But my whole thing is I don't want it to quote unquote run away and get too hot, because it's so much easier to bring it up to temperature and then stop it where you want it versus getting past the temperature and trying to bring it back down. Victor says, try heating your griddle up with Beavis or starting. Or here's another thought, move to where it's warmer. Do you see the side eye, Victor? Do you see the side eye? I told Lowe's I wanted the Dash special. Yeah, Grumpus, you will definitely hear crickets. Man, it's so... You know what's crazy though? I was going to say nobody knows who I am. I have been spotted twice. Like people have stopped me twice in the past. I guess it's been the past month or so, and it was like I was walking out of the doctor's office one day, and this guy walked past. I think I told you guys. He was like, Ash. I'm like, as soon as I stopped, I saw him. I said, Dash and hi, hey, how are you? He's like, oh man, I'm so sorry, Dash, hey. And then I was returning a package. I was at the UPS store returning a package to Amazon, and this guy was like, yo, Dash, right? It's like, oh, okay, hey, what's going on? Yeah. And I talked to the first guy real quick, and I actually took a picture and posted it on Instagram. And then the second guy did not. I should have taken a picture and posted it on Instagram. I told the first guy, I told him, I said, I need to do better at, like, when I meet folks, take a picture, be like, hey, because that's a record, man. Like, I can honestly say I've been like 10 people or so maybe have recognized me out and about. Uh, FCB, he said, Grumpus, were you asked to leave? And there it is. I knew he was going to say something about dashing. And he said, yeah, they wanted to dash me out of the store. El Barrio, what's going on? He said, what's up, amigo? ¿Qué te pasa contigo? Let's see. Hold on one second. I'll be right back, guys. Oh, man. Look at that. It's so funny. That was a competition? Yes. What? You said you knew about the show. I know about the show, but I haven't watched it in such a long time. I mean, oh, yeah. They got a thumper that's pineapple in it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, like her stuff is tasty. Like her first stuff is
Wow.
because whatever. Yeah, whatever. Her stuff is too good.
So, I'm sorry, guys. My family is watching a moonshiner's competition show. Like, I am. And it's so funny because I know exactly who all these cats are. Well, who's Climax? I know Tim Smith is Climax. Oh. Oh, yeah. Oh, look how Randy is.
They're all super red.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go back to my live stream. Thank you. Can y'all record that? Shoot. Silver B. Yeah, might as well. Because that's Tim Smith right there.
I think so.
No. I'm telling you, that's Tim Smith. Because there was Tim Tickle and then the other guy. I watched Moonshiners 5 to 7 years ago, maybe even 10. So I didn't even know he was like still on and new episodes. All right, sorry guys, but I was being nosy. Wanted to hear what they were. Yeah. What's the word on Laura? So I got a message from Laura. She said that her internet is jacked up where she is. She is trying. She said she misses us, but she would be, trying to get on as soon as possible. So I have Laura is a friend of mine on Facebook, and she sent me a message or two. We're watching the wall. Hell yeah, man, the wall was entertaining. I should have put on the pea poker music for you. Thanks for the update. Yes, indeed. She's fine. Wait for an internet connection. Definitely agree. Man, they're in there cracking up. Uh, anyway. Uh, so what else? Let's see. So who else lives in an area where there is a grilling season? I know Oh, Barrio, so hit me on Instagram and I will, you know, I will put your D on what it is on the book. I tell you, I don't do much on the book, but I am a little more active on Instagram. The moment you mention Polka, I need to pee. Sorry, Victor. I figured what you meant, Opario. Uh-huh. Yeah, hit me on Instagram. Just send me a message and I'll send you my name. But I'm far less active on Facebook than I am on Instagram, and I've been rather inactive on Instagram as well. But yeah. Should I play the music for you, Victor? Or do I need to yell, Victor? Since I did or did you? Please don't tell me you took us with you to the bathroom. That's just awkward. Do I need to be quiet so you can concentrate? Are you still listening, Victor? Hopefully you're not still listening. Hopefully you just like put the tablet down or the phone down. Victor, don't forget to wash your hands. Oh man. I crack myself up sometimes. Victor, Grumpus says, Victor, close the door. Oh man. Hold on 1 second. Wait, what did you say we are talking about now? I'm an ear hustling.
They're shaking it and talking about the clarity and all that good stuff. And I'm like, I'm trying to see the difference when they shake it, because they shake it, they know instantly what the proof is.
Yeah.
So, what did you say? I heard you say
I saw I told mommy that I could
So
tell.
because it turns so white when you get it?
No,
No.
it's how quickly the bubbles disappear.
correct. The faster the bubbles dissipate, the higher the proof.
Yeah.
But then they're like, okay, this is right at 100. Like, they know.
Oh,
how
I
fast
can-
it's supposed to go.
Listen.
115.
I can. Hey, y'all got me want to watch the show. Man, y'all suck. I'm sorry, I had y'all looking at the wall again. They in there watching moonshiners, I'm like, what? Victor's taking too long. Steven says y'all are hilarious. Barrio said we had choice briskets on sale for 2 weeks at HEB, $1.87 a pound. I bought 15 briskets. Dang, dog. Yo, I bought a brisket. It was a prime brisket. I got it for less than $4 a pound because it was 25% off. And I'm like, yo. I happened to be in the store in Sam's. I guess this was a month ago or so. And I needed to cook a brisket. And when I went in there and bought the brisket I needed, I saw this prime brisket on sale. I was like, yo, I can't pass this up. It was like it was $42, $43. And I said, I can't pass it up. This is not what I need. Like, I didn't come in here for this, but like, I can't pass it up. So I'm going to go ahead and get it. And sure enough, it only took 4 weeks later, I had somebody hit me up. One of my friends hit me up and was like, hey man, can I get brisket for like tomorrow? Yes you can. So made a quick grip on that. Okay, I'm back. I could hear you. You all feel much better now. So Victor, everything came out okay? I bought 4 of them and never even cooked a full pack of brisket. Sean, you and I need to talk, man. We just, I feel like you need to hit me up on Instagram. I'm gonna lay it out for you. I'm gonna give you all the secrets. All right. I bought 6 in ground, all 6 in the burger meat for the freezer. Ooh. Same week at HEB. Prime was $3.99. I'm using them for our next pop up. Nice. Grandpa says 70-30. 70-30? Jeez. I mean, not even like 80. Well, that was, for 70-30. If it was like 80-20, it probably would be 50 cents cheaper per pound. All right, Sean. Yeah, do that because we will. shoot me a message on Instagram, give me your number, and I will call and I will in 20 minutes I will lay it all out for you, and I got you because, I think we need to barter some information because I still ain't finished what I'm supposed to have finished a couple weeks ago. You said, damn, $1.87 a pound for brisket? Yeah, mate, right, Victor? Right? These cats, they get, I don't say lucky, but damn. Like, how can I be down? I need brisket at $1.87 a pound. Thank you, Sean. Yeah. I'm overwhelmed. I think that I know that's what it is. Like, I have a lot to add and do this year. Grandpa says $1.87, and it was choice. And you can read between the lines again. And you can read between the lines again. Oh my God, my eyes are so itchy, Grumpus. Why? My eyes so itchy. Y'all Texas cats, man. I swear. Sean El Barrio said, if you're in Houston, I'll buy them from you. Yeah, you'll buy them from him for $2.50 a pound. Tell him, Sean. The markup is real. You had to pay for them to be frozen. Hello, McFly says, heck, out here in Cali, I pay $1.87 for chicken thighs. Oh my gosh. Yo, my chicken thigh. Well, then again, I am also buying boneless, skinless thighs. My boneless, skinless thighs are like $2 a pound. Now the last time I cooked like bone-in thighs, they were $1.50-ish per pound. But I haven't bought any in a while. But I much rather prefer to cook boneless, skinless thighs. Like they're just easier to cook. Same thing with boneless pork shoulder. Victor said, then again, I get great prices on salmon, so I guess it works out. FYI, salmon spring season is rocking. So I won't say what do you pay, but how much, do you pay for salmon, Victor, or do you catch all of your salmon yourself? Because the last time I bought salmon, it was $7 a pound, and that was like farm raised. I'm trying to think where it was from. It might have been Swedish salmon, but it was definitely Atlantic salmon. I know we've had this discussion before. I prefer Atlantic over the Pacific salmon. Chicken was more expensive than briskets the last few weeks. Holy cow! In what world? In what world is chicken more expensive than brisket? Like, for real? El Barrio, hold on, time out. I talked about it last week, I believe. Houston, the city of Houston, the outright, no, was that Houston or was that Dallas-Fort Worth? It might have been the Dallas-Fort Worth area, but I don't know. Someone overlaid Connecticut, the state of Connecticut, over time. It might have been Houston, over Houston, and was like, yeah. And when I looked at it, I'm like, damn. Like, the blue area is the state of Connecticut. Houston, the city, is ridiculous. Ever made Jamaican style jerk chicken or pork? Yes, I have. I do that, I won't say all of the time, but I do it from time to time. Look, hold on. Funny enough, Big Steve sent me some Walker's Woods jerk seasoning. So he sent me the hot, and the mild is actually in the refrigerator because I used it the other day. And then he also sent me, this is the spicy marinade. I don't think I realized it was spicy marinade. Not that I have a problem with it. My family, on the other hand. But he also sent me some, Big Steve, he sent me some of his personal seasonings that he makes. So Big Steve is the gentleman who lives in Illinois, not to be confused with Uncle Steve. So Big Steve um sent me some seasonings, and he also sent me that jerk marinade there. Gold plated chicken, sure enough. Jeez. Nice. Yes, Grumpus, I agree. I made the family some pork chops. Was it yesterday or day before yesterday? And they I think they enjoyed them. Taste Tester number 2 said that he was like, I taste the jerk, but that was about it. He was like, they were like a little flavorless. I ended up adding some salt to it, and it was a little better. But I also didn't marinate them for very long. I mean, a few hours. Mark said Walker's Woods is my favorite jerk seasoning. Nice. So we have one that we use, and it's like Gracie brand or Grace or something like that. So that is not the one that I gotta take a pill right now. Hold on. Before I forget. Oh. I'm about to say he says Gramps. No, it's Grumpus. There you go. Grumpus says he's gonna post it in a week or so. Chocolate Thunder said I just started catering last summer. Only do it on weekends when I'm available. But thanks for all the video and info you put out there. Learned a lot from you. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. I mean, I feel like I only started catering yesterday too, but it has been a minute. It has been a minute since I've been doing the catering. And like every time I think about it, I'm like, yo, it's 2022. I started cooking in I officially started and launched my business in 2014. And then it was like, all right, well, 2015 I got laid off. And 2015 I was laid off. And then like 2016, 2017 is when I was doing the catering. Like a lot of catering. But yeah. El Barrio says we have 3 highway loops around the city, 6 down Beltway, 8, and then Highway 99. And from Louisiana to New Mexico state line is 867 miles. Jesus Christ, dude. Like, it's hard to fathom. I've been to Texas and I've driven in Texas. Everything in Texas looks smaller, like closer than it is. Like it just the perspective on the maps in Texas. It's like, let's make the perspective let's make the map half as big, and they'll change the key. But I'm used to the key being one thing, or like the mileage being one thing, cause I mean, but not in Texas, yo, not in Texas. Victor says, for myself, I cook what I catch what I cook. But for my customers, I purchase sockeye salmon for smoking, sometimes coho or chinook. Also, Atlantic, out here in Atlantic wouldn't sell well. That's I believe that is just probably a product of my environment. I am closer to the Atlantic Ocean. It is easier for me to source, or easier for the Atlantic salmon sources to be had. And I mean, my goodness. Grandpa says he catered his sister's Easter dinner. Your tips and tricks really made me look like the hero. Thanks. Well, you're welcome, Grumpus, man. I'm glad that I can help, man. Seriously, like, I just, Yo, Grumpus says going across town is a 1.5 to a 2 hour adventure. Like, I can't even fathom that. Like, fathom going from one side of the city to another side of the city. Can you imagine? Let's just put this into perspective. Let's just put this into perspective. I do deliveries. My furthest delivery that I will do is about an hour away. And that is in multiple counties away. Can you imagine me saying, hey, I live on the southwest side of the city and I have to go to the northeast side of the city? It's going to be a 2-hour drive just for me to make one delivery? Yo, you couldn't pay me enough. Yo, it's like $20 when I drive an hour or so away. How much would that delivery cost? Because that's crazy. Barrio says 5.7 million people in the Houston area. Jeez. Grubba says my wife drives to work 45 minutes one way, and that's not across town. I also drive 45 minutes to work one way. It's about 42-ish, 45 miles for me to get to work. And I drive through 3 counties to get there. I live in Baltimore. Actually, 4, because I live in Baltimore City. I drive through Baltimore City. I drive through Baltimore County. I drive through Howard County. Do I hit Anne Arundel? No. I drive through Howard County, and then I go to Montgomery County. 4 counties to get to work for me. Atlantic is all farm raised. You have no idea how much farm raised is despised out here. I mean, I have an idea. I like Atlantic more than I like Pacific. I mean, it is my preference. 5.69 million are in the fast lane ahead of me. Jeez. Mm. Sean says I go to work at 6 a.m. just to beat the traffic. Me too. That's why I am up and at work. I'm usually at my desk by 6:15. So on days when I have to go into the office, I leave my house by 5:15, 5:30. And man, I can be, it is a struggle sometimes, especially after, but I don't mind. Like, I burn it both ends, so I don't mind getting up early. The only bad thing is, of course, when I'm doing a live stream after being up, I'm thinking about it. And there it is. So y'all tell Laura there's one so far. But this morning, I got up this morning. It was 5:30, and I think I got out of bed at 5:45. But it used to be, like, I used to get up and go to work on Wednesdays, go into work, and on a night when I had the live stream, I was up at 4 o'clock, 4:15. SoCal traffic is apocalyptic, McFly says. Yeah. But your traffic, like, you sit in traffic for a long time but don't go anywhere. Like, when you're actually driving, I don't know what's worse, sitting in traffic for 10 miles or driving for 50. Like, which is worse? What do you guys think? FCB says, so glad I work from home. I work from home 4 days out of the week too. Tomorrow I have to go into work. Ooh, pouring a little bit more. That was roughly half of what was left in here. Elbario says, I used to deliver to Glen Burnie all of the time. Then had to go to Vermont and back to Houston in my old trucking days. Yeah, man, the store, the PPU store, is in Glen Burnie. What did you deliver? And where?
Turn off the lights.
McFly said, Sean said, McFly, when I was in LA for work, it took me like an hour to go 2 miles. Shoot. Yes.
All the windows are open.
All the windows are open.
Yeah.
So would you like me to close the windows, or are you just like YOLO?
No, that's just your job. I open them.
Thanks. Oh, the blinds?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
Are you using more than one of them at a time?
No, I'm not.
All right.
This has been since before we went to Mulan.
So, all right, we'll figure something out. Because don't take that one. There's another one on the table somewhere. Dog.
Here's what it's right.
Put them together and find out which one has what. Like, count them and split them between you. Does he have any upstairs? No. You should put them on the table and pour them out and count them. Grumpa said I gotta be moving, yeah.
It'll be 7 each.
Huh?
It'll be 7 each, but I don't think I'm gonna need like 7.
Alright.
Like 2 or 3.
How you figure that?
I would hope you can get it in 3
See,
days.
what happened if I can't?
4 days.
Grumpa said I have to be passing someone even if it's only 3 miles an hour. Sounds like Toronto. Plus it snows like 2 feet, yeah. Guys Construction, he says, they say good evening, Dashing everyone. Yeah. Yo, Hello McFly said at $7 a gallon, dog. Let me tell you, diesel right now has gone up in my area. It's over $5 per gallon. I looked today, it was $5.35, and I have to drive into work tomorrow, and I have like a quarter of a tank. When I fill it up, yo, I used to the price I'm going to spend to fill up my car is what I used to spend to fill up Vicky. Excuse me, not Vicky, Vanna. I can't even imagine how much it's going to cost me to fill up my van. My friend who I go on runs and pick up things for him, I have to pick up, he wants me to pick up something for him. And I'm trying to figure out how I can do it in my car. Because, damn, it's 82 miles or 85 miles one way where I need to go, which is like an hour and a half, almost 2 hours. And like, yo, the cost of fuel is ridiculous. But I'm going to need the van to pick up this. He's got this like 6-foot star. I don't know. FCB says, yeah, you Californian folks can keep that stuff. Stay there too, please. Yeah. Victor says, I don't hold your preference on salmon against you, Dash. I just think, well, bless your soul. Eventually, you'll be out here, and although I have no intentions to try to change your mind some. Yeah, right. Victor said, Mark, I've driven in Toronto. Not a nice memory. Yeah. So El Barrio, I'm on TikTok. You know, I post my pew pew stuff on TikTok though, cause why not? I haven't actually posted any pew pews. No, I did. I posted a video this week. Dude, this guy was shooting, and it was like, I don't know what he was shooting, but the ammo he had was like tame, hot round, tame, hot round, tame, hot round. It was like no fireball, no fireball, fireball, no fireball, fireball, no fireball, no fireball, no fireball, fireball. Yo, it's crazy. I like capturing the fireballs. Gosh gracious said, OMG, I don't know where I've been, but was shocked to see eggs $4 a dozen here in Houston. Everything going up. Yeah, man. Hello McFly said, I'll stay here in SoCal, Lord willing. Yeah, Jerry, how you doing? He says, hey Dash, good to see you. Glad you're doing well, my bro. Yes, indeed, definitely. Hold on, salud. We are in the point of the evening where we just kind of talk about any and everything. Anyone else want to gripe about fuel prices? Because Victor, how much is fuel for you? I mean, or do you pay for fuel in your truck that you drive, or is it a company vehicle and they take care of fuel? Sean said, I only have a personal account. Is yours under El Barrio? I believe it is El Barrio Cookers. Victor says my restaurant depot is 100-mile round trip. Can't afford to go there with my F-350. Only the hybrid. So El Barrio on TikTok is still drum smokers, but it's like all gun stuff. Well, recently it's been all gun stuff. Yeah. Steel drum smokers. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I've been posting. Mike says, "What's the point of complaining about gas prices? We all need it, have to pay it. LOL. Just like food and everything else." Sure enough, but it's just like, how that old person was like, "Back in my day, I remember when." That's how I feel right now, man. Yo, well, one of the things that was crazy, not crazy really, but it was nice. The governor repealed the road tax on fuel, so it saved us like 25 to 50 cents per gallon, because prices shot up to $5, then they dropped to almost 4, or like 4 and some change, and then it dropped, and then they were coming down, coming down, and all of a sudden, because he repealed the road tax on fuel for 30 days or so, and sure enough, the fuel prices are up. Over gasoline is $4 a gallon, over $4 a gallon, and diesel is like 5.50 ish or something. Mike says, "I hear you, my guy. It sucks for sure. We need to just use our own oil and stop importing it." Yeah, but it's like one of those things where I can use all of the food that I have in my house, or I can go out and buy it. If I go out and buy it, I know I'll always have food. It's kind of like I can, as long as I know I have money in my pocket, I will never go broke. Even though I'll spend money to buy or get things from elsewhere, we don't want to use our own resources, which I understand and regret at the same time. I don't know. It's a slippery slope. Chocolate Center says sooner or later they're going to start making gas so high to force people to buy electric cars. Funny enough, I actually have an electric car on order. I'm all about alternative fuels. Obviously, I drive. 2 of my vehicles are diesel. Oh my gosh. McFly says, "Okay, it sucks out here in SoCal." Yep. Shows that I remember when gas was 99 cents when I was in college. When I was 16, it was under $1. I could fill up my tank. I used to have a Nissan Pulsar. I drove an 88 Nissan Pulsar with the pop-up headlights. Because, 90s Nissan, or, 80s, late 80s, early 90s Nissan cars with the pop-up headlights. Pop-up headlights. It had pop-up headlights and the T-tops. What? Couldn't tell me nothing. Anyway, and then my second car had pop-up headlights too. Now that I think about it, it was a Dodge Daytona. But off subject, it cost me, it was $1 a gallon just about for me to get gas in 96, 97-ish. Yeah. So Mike said, "I'd rather pay our own people to make more oil than to pay other countries. We aren't going to run out of oil." That's the concern. Mike, at the rate in which we consume oil, they believe we are. But neither here nor there. We don't come here to talk about politics. We talk about barbecue. But we are in the second hour. So, yeah. Anyway, Victor says, "But my own personal vehicles, I do pay. I don't bitch about." Wait, let's see. Maybe Victor says something else. Oh, the Victor says the semi is a company truck, so no, I don't pay for that fuel. No, I missed his message. Victor says, but in my own personal vehicles, I do pay. I don't bitch about the fuel prices, but I'm looking forward to eventually having an electric car. FCB says, when I started driving, it was about $1.50 a gallon. Chocolate Thunder says, what electric car do you have on order? Ford has an EV truck coming that's very affordable. If you know me, you already know what type of vehicle it is. I'm just put that out there for a few moments, and then I'm gonna come back. Mike says, used to pay like $20 to fill my tank in high school. Yeah, I remember taking $10, not $10, but $10 and filling up my tank. Yo, you want what? You gonna pay me $10 for gas money? Well, I'll take you anywhere you want. Sean said the change in times is a deal breaker for me. What am I supposed to do? Just post up at the gas station? Yeah. Mike says electric cars that need oil to create the electricity to charge the car. Yeah, I agree. Victor said when I started driving in 1975, fuel was 59 cents a gallon. McFly says GM, no. Ain't you seen my movies? Grumpa says FCB says I paid 23 cents a gallon in the summer of 71, just outside of Dallas. Oh, you are. Oh, I mean, yeah. Dang, 23 cents a gallon. The Ford F-150 Lightning is already sold out for this year, dude. That F-150 Lightning. Because here's my thing: if I'm gonna get an electric vehicle, it's not gonna be a base model. It's not. I'm not gonna do that, and they know that. Yo, when the Lightning was announced, I spec'd one out. The spec that I had was like $80,000 or $85,000 for a vehicle. No, bruh, not at all. The way my pockets is set up, they definitely not set up deep enough for me to pay $80,000+ for a vehicle. Shoot. All right, Chocolate Thunder. I was looking at a Volkswagen ID4. If you've seen my videos, you've seen how in the past intro, you saw a Volkswagen Jetta and my Passat. The Jetta was a great car pulling the Weber Smoky Mountain, and the Passat is the one that you see the barbecue plate with the flag, the barbecue flag. But yes, I have had a Volkswagen ID4 on order for over a year. I placed an order for an ID4 in March of 2021. It is now April of 2022, and I still don't have my vehicle. I keep hemming and hawing on whether or not I'm going to go through with the purchase or not. But I mean, with the way diesel prices are going up, and the fact that I could get charging on that vehicle for at least 2 years, maybe even 3 years for free, we will be driving that thing everywhere if I go through with the purchase. I've also been contemplating buying a motorcycle, or getting another motorcycle. I'm gonna say buying, not like it's my first, but getting another motorcycle. And same thing. I've seen ads for recently. I got an ad for an electric motorcycle. I don't quite know how I feel about that one, but Hello McFly says, man, I work for Audi since 1990, and techs there are okay cars. German beers are better though. As a tech, all right. But the electric vehicles using electricity generated most likely with fossil fuels. Isn't it like shitting in someone else's yard? Totally agree, Grumpus. The whole thing is, these people don't. It's like the people that have problem with it are the same people that are like, oh my God, you're killing an animal. Yes. Do you not realize how beef is made? Do you not realize how you get chicken on your plate? But you're eating chicken wings, right? You realize that was a live animal that had to be slaughtered. Like, what? Do you not realize where your food comes from? Same thing. Those people are like, oh my God, it's electricity. Yeah. I'm not polluting. I'm not causing any damage to the environment. I'm not, oh my God, I'm so green. I'm using electricity. Unless you can tell me that your electricity is coming from solar or wind, you're part of the problem. But people don't think about that. Like, it is a problem. Crispy Bacon, how you doing this evening? Mm. He says, "What's up, brother?" Chilling, chilling, chilling. FCB says nuclear. Is it nuclear? Nuclear. I can't even say it incorrectly. Nuclear. Oh, damn it. Nuclear. Nuclear. We are to that point of the evening. Oh man, I got some nuclear right here. There's my nuclear. Chocolate Thunder says, "What do you recommend for reheating brisket? Put it in the fridge and bring it up to temp next day when ready to eat, or hold in the oven for 160 for 12 plus hours. Never tried this. Way scared I might dry out." So my recommendation is to put it in a refrigerator and heat it up at like 250 to 300 degrees, depending on how quickly you need to reheat it, for about half an hour, 45 minutes. Half an hour at 300 degrees ish will get it warm ish. 250 degrees, it probably take closer to an hour, especially if it's refrigerator cold. But I don't, I don't like hot holding things. Excuse me, for such a long time. And if you're gonna hot hold something, you really want to hot hold it at like 150-ish degrees, not 160. You'd be surprised. Holding it at that higher temperature will break it down over time. But if it's wrapped up tightly, you should not have to necessarily worry about it drying out. And you should wrap it up tightly, Chocolate Thunder, when you are reheating. Even you can also even reintroduce some of the jus, some of the moisture back into that brisket when you are doing the reheating cycle. Victor says something interesting in the boat world. Mercury outboards are now producing some large electric motors. Now, very interesting. Yeah, man, shoot. SCB says awkward. Use the German. Yeah. I've learned that you can't even convince some people that gravity works. So I don't even get into the animal and meat conversation. Man, Gary, you ain't lying. Don't get me wrong. I love a Tesla. It's like the smugness that some electric folks wear that burns me. So, all right. I'm gonna put this out there, and I know I'm gonna offend one or two of you. I'm gonna say one word, and either you can relate or it's gonna piss you off. Tesla folks are like Apple folks. Hey, you know what? Shout out Bumpy. What's going on, man? We're almost an hour and a half in, and if you are watching right now, just type in like Bumpy is here. I'm an hour and a half in. I'm gonna give Bumpy a shout out because I didn't shout Bumpy out, and I know about Bumpy watches the replay. So hey, look, if you are also watching the replay, please do me a favor, do me a solid, and type "I'm watching the replay" down in the comments so I can reply to you and thank you for watching the replay, because you guys are my unsung heroes of watching these videos later. Those of you guys who are here, more power to you, nothing wrong with that. But those of you guys who are watching later afterward, like, y'all just hear me talk at you, not with you, but at you, and I appreciate that. So type in "I'm here for the replay." Yeah. Oh man. Sean says, "I managed the financials of an oil field service provider for a long time, and the cost to produce oil in the U.S. was crazy. Marty, Hello McFly says, "Wrap with foil. I haven't done the brisket yet." So I wrap with foil, but I don't wrap in foil like you would butcher paper. I use a foil pan and then cover that pan with foil, because when you simply just wrap in aluminum foil, I feel like you don't capture all of the jus from the brisket. If you wrap it or you put the brisket in a foil pan and then cover that tightly with foil, you will capture all of that jus, and you can then reintroduce the jus when you are warming that brisket back up or you're serving that brisket. Grumpus, Victor says, Grumpus, personally, I prefer it to dump in someone else's yard than my own. Just saying. Yeah. Oh, gosh. Grumpus says, I Tesla. I love it. I'm telling you, Grumpus. So I have a saying. I loathe Apple. That has been my saying. Like, if you do a search on Twitter or even Instagram, you can find tweets of mine from probably 2013, 2014, where I talk about, like, I loathe Apple. Lowercase I, loathe, capital L, Apple, capital A. I mean, you will find stuff from me. Yeah. God's Creation says, I agree, Dash. Yes, it's like, it's cool. You got an Apple or a Tesla. Good. So, so God's Creation. All right, so here's the thing. My uncle and I, and actually it was my coworkers and I, we have a saying. It's a code word, right? It's GFY, right? And, you know, pardon French, go fuck yourself, okay? But what we do, we don't say, go fuck yourself. We say, good for you, okay? Good for you, all right? That's how I feel about, when you say Tesla, you're, oh, cool, we get it. You have an Apple or a Tesla, glad for you. So when you say glad, no, it's not glad, it's good for you, GFY, all right? Gary says, amen. God's Creation says, oh, we chop liver. Yes. Yep. Uh-huh. What up, Kent? How you doing this evening? FCB, excuse me, hello, Big Flashes. Yeah, bro, awesome. I'm taking notes. Yep. So I have a few videos talking about reheating brisket. And, yo, Grumpus, you know what's so funny? I am the same exact way. And then Taste Tester #1 was like, I want an Apple. He's like, I want an iPhone. Okay. And you go ahead and buy it. He sure enough did. He paid half the money for an iPhone. You know what I have to carry for work? An iPhone. It's like the man is sticking it to me because I be trying to stick it to the man. So I have to carry an iPhone for work. It's like I went from BlackBerry to iPhone. Ugh. Hello again, Dash. You missed me an hour ago or so ago. I did, man. I'm sorry, Kent. Not for nothing. It wasn't intentional. Yo, gosh, I love that. Yes. Good for you. You can't, because you have to, like, code word. You can't just put out the, it's like GFY, but yo, we would just, the acronym GFY, we knew what it meant, and it wasn't good for you. It wasn't good for you. I had two phones for a long time. I had both Samsung and Apple. I like Apple better. Just gonna take my hat off and play taps. Today is the day I lost some respect for Sean. I will keep keeping on. Kent says the only Apple product I have is an iPad that I won. Victor says, good for you. I love it. Yes. Gary's laughing. Guys, instructions said us too. Just iPad. That's probably 7 years old. SCB says it's the Maryland version of Bless Your Heart. I mean, it really is. I never even thought about it like that, but really is. KB says, greetings, Mr. Dash. Hello, barbecue peeps. Chocolate Thunder says, do you have a Facebook group? No. I don't have a Facebook group. I do have a page on Facebook. It is Still Drum Smokers Barbecue. But I'm telling you now, I am not active on that Facebook page. It was one of those things. It was a necessary evil, and I couldn't tell you the last time I looked at that Facebook page on. I don't post on it at all. Grandpa says, "Good for you, Sean. Good for you. Yes, yes. Good for you, Sean. Good for you. Yeah." Yo, I love how we have these hour and a half into our live stream nuggets. We got inside jokes from the live stream, like for real. We got inside jokes. Yo, if you don't comment on this video after watching back on the replay, good for you. Yeah. Gary says, "Damn near choked on my supper." This is what it's all about. This is why we are here. This is why I enjoy you guys. The 20 of you that are here right now. Yo, we will never, ever, ever be able to recreate this. This is what happens on a live stream. This is what you are missing when you miss out on a live stream. So, yo, do yourself a favor and make sure you are here. Tell someone else to join us, man, because yo, we have an absolute ball on the live stream, and you never know what we're gonna talk about. Yo, how did that segue from talking about electric cars to talking about good for you? Good for you, all of you. Good for you. Yes. Ah. Hmm. Let's see. Victor's talking about his electric outboards. Chocolate Thunder said, "Is there anything you cook but don't like to eat?" Mine is baked beans. People love them, but I never know how they taste because I hate them. Yeah, God's creation. I don't eat pork, or excuse me, Chocolate Thunder. Sorry, I don't eat pork. I have I can count on one hand usually how many times I eat pork in a year, and it'll be like I made. It's such a big deal too around this house when I do eat something that's pork. They all are like, "What? Daddy ate pork?" So for Lent, we ate pescatarian. We were pescatarian for Lent, and I did not break. The only mistake I made was with Uncle Steve Shake. He has a condensed chicken powder or concentrated chicken powder or something in it. So using it while making vegetables during Lent, faux pas on my part. But that wasn't intentional. With that being said, once I realized that was the case, I did not use it again until after Lent was over. But, where was I going with this? Pork. So right before Lent, I made bacon for my wife, right? Wife ain't kids, but I made it for my wife. And I made bacon the other day for my wife. I made 3 different types of bacon. I made a peppercorn bacon, a Cajun bacon, and a regular bacon, right? Just regular cured and smoked. And the peppercorn bacon, we were here last week, and I made some for her and taste test number 3, my daughter. And there was a piece, like half a strip of bacon. And I was like, all right, you know what? I'm going to try it. I'm going to eat it. And, yo, it was good. It was good. Like, it was good. Do I eat much pork? No. Would I eat that? Quite possibly. Grumba says, 3K subs, bacon, bacon, bacon. Yep. Own your language. Yep, exactly. McFly says, I cooked my Volkswagen air-cooled motor. I didn't oil the pan. Yeah. KB says, Grump is on fire. Hey, Mr. 3,000 subs. Bacon, bacon, bacon. I guess that's his thumbs up. he used bacon. But then he cooked brisket in that video. Actually, you know what we can do? We can look at the video right now. Because I synced it. So let's go back out here. Where's Grumpus? Come on. There it is. Ah, alright. Let's watch Grumpus' video right now.
Tuning into Grumpus on. Hey everyone, I'm Grumpus. Thanks for tuning into Grumpus on Fire.
I gotta
It's a
speed
beautiful
it
morning
up,
in Texas. It's a perfect day to celebrate. Because of y'all, I
Yo,
hit
look
3,000
at
subscribers
Grumpus in
last
his
week.
Birds of
So on our
Paradise
special
shirt.
occasion, I'm going to cook us up a brisket. Put a little twist on it. So I hope y'all stick around, and I'll show you what I'm doing.
So if you have not already, I'm going to take this. Let's copy and let's post this into the chat so you guys can watch along. I will probably be watching a little faster than you guys because I watch almost all of my videos at 1.75%. Victor said, I remembered you eating pork on your first porchetta cook. You know it must have been great for you to eat pork, even if it's had a string attached. Sorry. Good for you, Victor. You remembered that. Mark says, what was it that made you want to do catering? And since I've been doing it for some time, do you enjoy smoking more or less? Matt, excuse me, says, what was it that made you want to do catering? And since you've been doing it for some time, do you enjoy smoking more or less? So, Matt, I'm going to be completely honest with you. All right, you sitting down? Money. I found that doing catering was far easier than like selling food by the pound and having to deal with delivering to 4 or 5 different people or different places in a day. Even if it was like I could obviously create a route and make it advantageous to me delivering or advantageous period, but me saying, okay, I'm going to cook $200 to $500 worth of food and be able to drop it at one place. Okay, boom. As opposed to me having to stop multiple places multiple times and figure out whose orders what, separating different things. So yeah, it boiled down to money. Once I realized that I could make far more money with far less hassle, catering every day. And do I enjoy it more or less? It's still rewarding. It has definitely become work, but I still have a good time doing it. I really, really, really enjoy the people who I meet, the people who I talk to, the people that I take food to. Almost every single delivery is different. And like, for instance, this past weekend, I had a delivery on Saturday. The delivery was to a guy I went to high school with. He lives now in the Baltimore area. He doesn't live in Baltimore City, but he lives in the Baltimore area. And his wife really loves my brisket. Again, this is all connected. His wife was at a party that my wife and I were invited to from one of my wife's college friends. All right, now just follow this for me. So my wife's college friends come to find out, let me just put this way, come to find out that some of my wife's college friends I went to high school with, okay? So be it that I went to this party and knew people at the party from high school versus her knowing the people from college. When I brought food to the party, they were all like, oh, wow, this is really good. I'm going to use you, or I'm going to get food from you later. And this is how the friend of mine who went to high school together, his wife now orders brisket, or he orders brisket for his wife for like any major event or gathering that they have at their house. So that's what he did this past weekend. This past weekend. He ordered some brisket for her. Problem is the miscommunication. He made it seem like he wanted this brisket for her. So what I ended up doing was I put a pound of brisket in the pan for her to reheat, and then I put 2 pounds of brisket in vacuum seal bags. Okay. because the way he made it sound was it was for her. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm not going to put all 3 pounds in a pan to take it to her because she's not going to eat it all. So I'm going to vacuum seal something. I get to the house and I'm walking in the door like I was let in, and I'm like, oh wow, there's 7 ladies sitting around a table and they talking like they talking. And I'm like, oh hey, and they're like, oh look, we got lunch. I'm like, oh no, you really don't. I have a pound here. I said, well, and I have 2-pound packages that are vacuum sealed because I thought you were gonna have this later. I said I can go ahead and open one of these other packages up and put it into the foil pan and put it in the oven for you. So I'm in this lady's kitchen. I have no tools, no utensils, no nothing, nothing that I would use like for a catering event. But I do have my knife with me. So I open up the bag, the vacuum seal bag, and I put a pound of brisket in the pan. Like I said, it was 7 ladies sitting around a table, and like I said, they were talking. It was funny because they were having a candid conversation. And it was like, it was funny because one of the ladies was like, I don't think that the gentleman over there would like to hear this conversation. And the other one was like, look, he married. He know what's up. I was like, yep. I'm just going to stay over here. And I'm going to do what I'm doing. And I'm going to go head out the door. And that was it. So, but, oh, wow. Anyway, trauma be damned. But you have to adapt to every situation. And that was one of those situations where, like I said, it was a miscommunication between the person who ordered and the recipients of the food. Now, here's the other crazy thing. I knock on the door. I ring the doorbell. My man is upstairs. I'm like, yo, here. I'm here to bring him the food for his wife. And one of his wife's friends comes to open up the door. And I'm like, oh, hey, I have brisket for Tiffany. And, hey. I'm like, hey, Tiffany, how you doing? All right, what's up? And she's like, oh, we got lunch. Not really, because this is cold. How about this? Look, I will go ahead and get it all prepared and ready for you, and I'll put it in the oven for you. No instruction. They were sitting at the table. They were having they were having a good time sitting at the table. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and open up this foil pan, and I'm gonna get another pound of brisket into this foil. I'm going to put this other pound into the refrigerator. I'm going to go ahead and get the oven started for you. All you have to do is, in about a half an hour, 45 minutes, you'll smell this when it's ready. Take it out of the oven. You guys enjoy your lunch. All right, ladies, thank you very much. I'm going to go ahead on about my business. And, I mean, it's crazy. Grumpus, yeah, I'm gonna watch this video in a second. Grumpus says, is there anything that you just get tired of cooking? Chicken wings. I freaking hate cooking chicken wings, and that's because it's my own process. Like, my process is to set the chicken wings up nicely. I keep all the right wingers and the left wingers separate, because they're on opposite sides of the aisle. Ask Victor. Keep them all separate, and then I sauce one side, flip them over, sauce the other side. So the process is tedious. Victor said, I already watched Grumpus' live video like a good viewer does. How is that for askism? Grumpus, congratulations. The second time we'll break in 3,000 subscribers. Quentin, what's going on? Quentin, we were talking about tri-tip earlier. You should have been here. Gary says, that's damn near like my uncle cousins twice removed by my second marriage. Yeah, man, I know. I know, Gary. But you understood what I was saying. I just wanted you to understand how, it's funny when I think about how people have gotten to know me or how people have found me, and it's like I can trace it back to a certain, I can trace it back. So when I did the brisket on Saturday, I sold brisket to another girl, right? And when I took her to brisket on Saturday evening or Saturday afternoon, I was sitting there thinking like, yo, how does she know me? She knows me because a guy ordered brisket. This guy who ordered the first whole brisket, I'll never forget. He ordered the first whole brisket I ever did for someone. I took it to him down in the Inner Harbor. He was having a party at some hotel in the Inner Harbor. And I took this brisket to his hotel, and she had the brisket there at the hotel. and she has been ordering brisket for a while. Like, those people who were like some of the first people to have had my food have been ordering brisket and food from me for years. So yeah, I remember those people. Chocolate Thunder says, when someone orders brisket, do you put a minimum on how many pounds they have to order? I don't have it on my menu because I'm not sure how to manage it yet. Or do you just cook one and vacuum seal it by the pound? So Chocolate Thunder, I do say now, my minimum order when brisket was less expensive used to be 2 to 2.5 pounds. My minimum order now is 3 pounds, like non-starter. 3 pounds for a minimum order for brisket. That 3 pound minimum order will cover my cost and then some for brisket nowadays. Now, one of the things that I will do is, if I don't know who I'm going to sell the other brisket to, I will vacuum seal it, because I'm like, I want to seal in that that flavor. I want to seal in that goodness of the brisket. And if it's like, all right, well, you know what? I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna send a pound of brisket to my aunt, or I'm going to sell it. So again, the girl who got brisket on Saturday, kind of as an afterthought. So the minimum order is 3 pounds, right? I told my guy from high school, I'm like, yo, minimum order is 3 pounds. Um, it's gonna be a 3 pound minimum order. He's like, all right, I'll take 3 pounds. Cool. Lots of people push back, especially when I'm telling them brisket is $25 a pound. So I'm like, all right. I knew I had a small brisket. When I say a small brisket, it was like 9.5 pounds in my refrigerator, in the freezer. I thawed out that brisket and I cooked it. Okay, I have a 9 and some change pound brisket. All right, I know that I'm going to yield about 5 pounds of brisket. Okay, so I'm going to take 3 pounds and give it to this person, and then I'm going to have 2 pounds. I had 2 pounds left over. Hey, look, I have people who are like, whenever you have anything left over, let me know. So I hit her up. This girl's name is Crystal. Hey, Crystal, I have 2 pounds of brisket. Hey, Crystal, I'm just letting you know I have some brisket available. I have 2 pounds available. It's $25 a pound. Let me know how much you want. She's like, I'll take it all. Okay. She said, I know I want a pound, and then my friend wants a pound too. All right, not a problem. Well, the brisket is going to be $25 per pound. Excuse me. And she lives on the other side of the town. So, hey, look, it's going to be $8 delivered. No problem. Bring it. All right, I'll let you know when I'm on my way. So, I did my first delivery. I took taste tester number 2 to, he wanted to go to batting cages. He's playing baseball right now, so he wanted to go batting cages. The batting cages that he and his friends go to is all the way across town. So of course I gotta take him over there. And then I go make my delivery. I dropped the food off, talked to her for a while. Like, all right, cool. My wife went with me. So we hung out for a bit, and then we went back and picked him up. Got some water rice, and then went and picked him up. It's all right, cool. So, and then I have another pound of brisket sitting in the refrigerator that I vacuum sealed, because she hit me up and she was like, oh my gosh, that was like the best brisket. And I'm like, you just haven't had it in a while. Nothing has really changed. So I have another pound in the refrigerator for her right now, and I have another pound and a half ish for us. But I might vacuum seal it and just sell it too. Chocolate Thunder says, freeze everything. I just take it out and heat it up when someone wants it. So I don't really do that. I do keep it, like, once you vacuum seal it, it'll keep in the refrigerator for weeks, like weeks, without a problem. Vacuum sealing that vacuum sealer has been one of the best gifts my wife has got me. Yeah. Victor says that Dash, great customer service and good work on your feet. Of course, man. Quentin says, oh dang, my specialty, man. You talk about tri-tip. Quentin be like, I'm right there. Victor said, I can't believe I messed up the number. Listen, Grumpus says, Dash, have you thought about a chamber vac to package your meats? A chamber vac. If what you're saying, a chamber vac is what I'm thinking it is, those things are super duper expensive. I wish I could afford one, but I don't know. Cause like the chamber vac, from what I understand, is like you put a styrofoam tray down, and then you like pull whatever across it, and you put your food in, and then close the whole thing, and then yeah, I vacuum seal bags work for me because I recommend people, hey, you can put this in the sous vide to warm it up, or in some water to warm it up. So they don't suck the moisture out of the bag like Food Saver does. So Grumpus, one of the things when I do the Food Saver stuff, I can stop it from pulling the moisture out of the bag, if that makes sense. Let's see. Chocolate Thunder says, thanks so much, man. I learned a lot per usual. Well, listen, I drink and I know things. I drink and I know things. And when I say things, I'm talking not specifically about barbecue, but I know a little bit about barbecue. Grandpa said, put the bags cost pennies. Yeah. Pat's Texas style. What's up? He says, hello. It's been a while since I caught you live. Yes, sir. I'm not holding that against you. Or am I, Pat? No, I'm not holding it against you, man. I appreciate you. All right, so let's get into Grumpus's video. Whoops.
A little twist on it. Oh. Hey everyone, I'm Grumpus. Thanks for tuning in to Grumpus on Fire. Well, it's a beautiful morning in Texas. It's a perfect day to celebrate. Because of y'all, I hit 3,000 subscribers last week. So in honor of this special occasion, I'm going to cook us up a brisket. Put a little twist on it, so I hope y'all stick around. And I'll show you what I'm doing.
All right, Grumpus is cooking a brisket to celebrate 3,000 subscribers.
Today I'm going to try some Supple Buster 1836 feet.
That is on a t-shirt, Quentin. Dude, man, have you never seen the imp from oh my gosh, I want to say Days of Thunder, but it wasn't Days of Thunder. It was Game of Thrones. That's what the imp used to say all the time. I drink and I know things.
First time I've tried this, so we'll give it a shot.
All right.
And for a
Sucker
biter, I'm going to try some
busters.
horseradish mustard. Today I got a choice brisket. 10 1/4 pounds.
Yo, he paid $2.96 for his
So let's
brisket.
go ahead and get this trimmed up real quick, get it on the heat.
So Grumpus, the way I saw you kind of went into the fat cap. I always trim off the end. I feel like I run less risk of hitting
Just done one-handed today.
the.
You don't see me trim briskets before,
meat.
so I'm going to speed through this pretty quick.
So let's see him trim this brisket. See, you're trimming off way more than I would. But you're trimming way more and less at the same time. Because I would be getting in there. Like, really getting in there, trimming it. You're taking lighter cuts, too. Because I can look at that and see there's a big old piece of fat on there. Let me turn this down. It's probably annoying for you guys at high speed. Like, I would have trimmed more of that fat off the top. And also off the decal there.
You're not going to overdo it. Press that in real good.
Man, look at that. Spicy mustard. Interesting. And then I see how Grumpus, you put those the little meats off to the side. Yo, Grumpus, why does your grill look like brand new? It don't look so clean. Hold on. Rick just said chamber vacuum is expensive up front, but they last longer and the bags are less expensive. Also, there's a process you can actually can in the Mylar bags. By the way, one of those favorite lines from Game of Thrones is I drink and I know things. Yes, indeed.
With mesquite, it can overpower your meat.
Look at that, yo. He's got a freaking sanctuary in his backyard. Grumpus, what the heck is that?
Well, for today's cook, I'm using some mesquite wood. You gotta be very careful with mesquite. It can overpower your meat real easy.
He says he's using mesquite, and be careful with it. Man,
Not careful.
he's got a freaking paradise in his backyard.
Mesquite since I bought it. That's what we're using today. I'm looking at the stacks. The smoke is very, very clean. You can barely see it. So I hope this works out because I've got a whole board of this stuff.
Yo, you got a turtle?
What that new smell is.
Wow.
Check it out. This mesquite is burning so clean. check out them stacks. That's what 2 or 3 years of seasoning can get you.
That's crazy,
Well,
Grumpus.
folks, this usually happens on these long cooks. It gives me too much time to sit and think about stuff. So I'm going to point out, over here on the left side, I've got, I'm running at 290. And over here on the right side, we are at
Like 250.
270. And up at the top, we're about 260. So what I'm thinking I want to do, just as an experiment, to get this side over here cooled off a little bit, I think I'm going to move the water pan over. Let's just try that, see how it works. Because I got the flat over here on the hottest side. I should have turned that meter around, but I don't want to turn around now and mess up on the part. So let's just pull our water pan
Now,
over
what
here.
you do, Grumpus, is take the rack
Not only
out
will this give us a little extra
and flip the rack
mass
around.
to absorb some heat, let's see if it changes our airflow rating. I'd be curious to find out if we cool off over here, and if maybe getting that fan out of the way on the right side, that air is going to come up here more. So let's just let this ride and see what happens. Sometimes it's dangerous when I have too much time on my hands.
Sure enough, Grumpus.
So
I know
that water pan, I
exactly
gave
what
the
you mean.
firebox a good poke. It's been about
Dude,
20 minutes since we moved the
Look
water
at
pan,
that.
and let me show you the results.
that
Over here on the
temperature
right side,
even right
We were
out.
at just a skosh, maybe 255.
Grumpus, that was
Over here on the
dope,
left side, over
dude.
here, we were at 250. Remember the difference we had before?
Let's see. Nice backyard oasis. Grumpus looks great. Grumpus sounds like he's drank a 6-pack of Red
What's up here
Bull.
on top?
Sorry.
We're still riding in around 225, maybe a little under. So by moving that water pan, we've demonstrated that the airflow inside the chamber can be affected by what you put in it and where you place it. For example, let's say you're doing a brisket cook for tomorrow and decide to throw a slab of ribs on for supper tonight. That slab of ribs, depending on where you put it, it's going to act like an airplane wing, which is going to affect the turbulence going through this chamber, and it could very well affect the cook on your brisket. So that's just something to keep in mind. Move things around. Don't be afraid to shift things. You may put a piece of meat on a spot at the top thinking it'll cook quicker, and it could actually deflect that air around and make your other meats cook faster. So just try to visualize the air moving right inside this chamber, and when you put things in there, try to visualize how things are moving and how that's affecting everything downstream.
That's
Anyway,
great.
I just thought you'd find that interesting, and I wanted to try it. I had nothing else to do, and this was a perfect opportunity to...
Sorry, guys. This is how I watch my videos. I can't watch them any slower because I'll be like,
Check progress. Let's see, that looks pretty good.
well, Grumpus,
Nice color.
don't be afraid to turn your whole rack around. Like you seen me turn racks around before, like when I was cooking chicken.
Finishing up pretty quick. This is just apple cider vinegar and water.
This beer bottle trigger sprayer.
I made this let it ride.
That is a lot of ACVs, buddy.
Looks, feel, and temperature. You notice I haven't done any probes this time. The reason being is my last cook. I nearly burnt my briskets up.
What?
And I had 2 of these probes that went bad. I checked them, and one of them was
Oh,
90
goodness.
degrees wrong. The other one was 45 degrees wrong.
I'm anxious to
So we're not
check
using
out
any
this
probes
video
today. We're
though.
gonna go
Yeah.
old school. Looks like we're doing better that way. So we'll come back. I'm gonna get back about another 45 minutes. I'm gonna check it again. So my suggestion would be, from now on, this point going forward, I'm gonna check these probes in boiling water about twice a year to make sure they're still good. Because it'd be a shame to burn up a $100 brisket.
Sure enough. Jeez.
Okay, we're
He ain't
at
never
5
lied. So, Grumpus is talking about how his probes basically crapped the bed, and he almost burnt up his last brisket. So, but you know, I don't know, Grumpus. I kind of, you know, once I plug them in and use them, I can tell pretty quickly. But then again, I mean, usually when a probe goes bad on me or for me, it'll give me an error message. So if your probe didn't give you an error message, what that probably means is you might have put it in the wrong spot on your brisket.
3-minute mark. Let's see how we're looking. 202 is flat. 195. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this so the flat doesn't dry out. Just go ahead and give it a good spritz. Tell you what, our intention today was not hot and fast, but that appears to be the way we're going. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. We'll put it back on and let it go about another 30 minutes.
Oh, you got some sausage on there too. Let's see, Grumpus.
Go ahead and give it another spritz. I'm going to really spritz the crap out of this because I want to retain some moisture in this pouch.
So, Grumpus, the only thing I disagree with so far is you don't need to spritz it before you wrap it. The brisket will produce plenty of moisture, and you don't have to put any moisture in there.
Good thing I got 2 pieces of oil.
That brisket is as snug as a bug in a rug.
We'll let that go about another 30 minutes. All right, folks, we're at 7 hours and 7 minutes. This thing should be done. Pull this thing out a little bit.
Okay.
Let's check it. Oh, yeah, just the weight of the thermal pin
I
going
can
in.
see how that
No doubt about it.
probe was going in there. Oh, it's done. It's ready.
We'll let this thing rest for an hour or so. And then we'll cut her up, see how we did. Well, we've rested 2 hours. Let's see how we did. Look at that beauty.
Grumpus, I completely understand. I agree. And I do the same thing. Oh, man, look how... Shoot. I can just tell the way that brisket folded. The jiggle test, that to me, now...
See how we did.
How it probes and just like when you laid it down, I can tell that's oh no, don't cut it.
All right, here we go.
Cut the meat.
Let's see if we can get some nice slice out of this. Look at that. Wow, look at that.
I can see the point on top
I really don't want
and
to
the
squeeze it.
flat. I mean, the point is
nice.
at the bottom and the flat is on
that.
top. That's the only thing.
Under here. Here we go.
I don't. So to me, Grumpus, that's a little overcooked. If it's falling apart, if the point is falling apart like that, that tells me it's a little
I'm going to
overcooked.
cut this whole thing up and dry it all out until we're ready to serve it. I think you can see we are plenty moist. Wow, that's some good brisket.
That's a good brisket, yo.
Mesquite smoke. That's nice. That's very, very nice. Kind of reminds me of West Texas. We have plenty of airflow through the Lone Star Grill. Plus, you get your wood good seasoned. You don't have to worry about the smoke so much. I would definitely do this again. Very, very pleased with the turnout. Like I said before, I've got a whole quart of this stuff, so I didn't want to have to give it away. But this is a very, very, very nice brisket. Now let's not forget
A
something
whole
about the seasoning.
quart? What?
Very, very nice seasoning. I'll definitely be trying that again. So we've got a few little things a little bit different today. I hope we've all learned something out of all this. Total cook time, a little over 7 hours. Like I said, it was only a 10-pound brisket, so it was kind of running hot and fast. I didn't plan on that, but that's just the way things turned out.
Yeah.
A good piece of meat. Like I said before, every animal's different. Every brisket's going to be different. You just kind of have to figure it out and go.
Sure enough.
I'd like to take a moment, give all my loyal viewers a personal thank you. Some of you guys have been with me from the very beginning. I don't want to mention names, I'll for sure forget somebody. But you know who you are, and I know who you are, and I really, really appreciate you hanging in there with me all this time. 3K is a big goal for me. I've been reaching for that number for a little over a year now. You know, your support, you got me here. If you're a new viewer,
Grumpus,
or you stumbled across here, this is your first time,
welcome
I would encourage you to stick around
to the club and good luck to 5,000.
If you haven't subscribed yet, why not? I'd appreciate it if you want to do that. So I really appreciate y'all putting the Grumpus on fire. I'm Grumpus, and I'll see y'all down the road.
Nope. That was great, Grumpus. Great. And I watched all the way through to the end. Perfect. Victor says I've had so many probes go bad over the years. Don't know why. It might be how you're treating those probes, because my probes last me a good while. One of the things I found that when I get moisture down into the probes is when they usually end up going bad. Gary says, I love this group, never a dull moment. I spray when I wrap as well. Makes me feel better. Victor says I rarely wrap during the cook, but let it finish in the foil and put them in a cooler for a few hours. No problem. Grumpus, man, I mean, everybody does it differently. And, you know, my critiques are my critiques. And, you know, I have my opinion. You know what they say about opinions. But, yeah. Grumpus says those probes are over 3 years old. Man, I have probes that are 4 and 5 years old. I don't know, man. I treat my probes differently. The worst. So the probes that are on the not Ivation one, but the probes that are on the Maverick, the Maverick 733s, I think those are the long range ones. They lasted pretty well. I've only ordered, I think, 1 or 2 replacement probes out of all of the Mavericks that I had, between the Maverick and the Ivation thermometers. And then that Maverick XR50, whatever the heck it was, that one of the probes died, and I'm gonna show you where it is. Because I want you guys to see where it is. That's where it sits. It's hanging up on the door. This is the door to the side of my house. All right, this door goes out to where my barbecue cart, well, the tool cart where I put the barbecue stuff, and then Sammy, and then Tracy the Traeger, and then Charlotte, and the number 1 drum. That's where this door leads to. Okay, and that's where that thing stays. This transmitter and the receiver don't work together anymore. Yeah, just I can't remember if and you know what, I think it really just, I think it comes down to batteries. But like, in order to take this one apart, like, can you? Oh yeah, there you go. You can see how warped it is. When I say I use this thing, I used the magnet and stuck it to a cooker, and it didn't do so well. I used to keep that one on the back door, but I'm trying to think what happened, but it's no longer there on the back door. So anyway. All right, let's see here. All right. Trying to put the phone back down in between the drinks on my setup here. Those are fiber probes. Disappointed they tanked so soon. I'm telling. I do actually have. I was gonna say, do I have a Firebird? I do have one Firebird. Thermometer monitor. It's not my favorite. So Victor, the problem is when you take food off of the smoker, you have to either hot hold it or you have to cool it immediately. So the way that you are allowing the temperature to come down slowly, you have to, I would imagine that they're going to tell you that you're going to have to put it into something that has like a temperature of 150 degrees, which is going to be kind of counterintuitive because that's going to promote further cooking for you. I don't know how to do that with you. All right. So, you know what I just realized? It is after 11 o'clock, and I have to get up tomorrow morning at 4:15. So we're going to talk for a couple more moments. Victor says he loves his Firebird. Or, I love my Fire brand, he says. But... trying to think. Now you got me thinking about probes again. How many probes I've had gone bad over the years? So I have one transmitter, the 733 transmitter, and it still works, but I burnt it up because I left it too close, or I might have even put it on in the cooker, and it's like melted. But I think I've had 3 probes go bad on between the Ivation and the Maverick thermometers, and I have 4 of them. So God's Construction says, good night, beautiful people. Take care all. Until next time. Yes. Hey, God's Creation, good for you. Have a good evening. Thank you so very much for hanging out. Really do appreciate you. Glad, I was able to help. Victor said, I understand what they're thinking. The problem is they don't realize I'm aware, monitor, and keep the food in the range. Yeah, but... So the whole thing, Victor, is barbecue is different. And that's what, like, you have to get someone who understands barbecue, and they will be like, okay, you're fine. One, barbecue is a preservative, right? All right, God's Creation, mission accomplished. That was exactly what I wanted to do. It's like we have an inside joke. we have an inside joke now. And, you know, whenever you comment GFY or good for you, I don't know exactly what that means. So you were here for that, and I can't say thank you enough. But Victor, what I was saying is you have to get someone that understands how barbecue works. The smoking process is a preservative, and that preservation is going to thwart against bacteria or, you know, other things like that, which is what they're trying to stop or thwart. Does it always happen? Does it always stop or thwart those things? No. But like, I mean, I can tell you, or I can think back to the chicken thigh incident. Ugh, goodness gracious. But so, you know, one thing, Victor, I thought about is I have been thinking, like, what can I use my generator for? I'm thinking what I'm going to use the generator for is to buy an electric smoker that I can set up at the low 150 or 160-ish temperature. Excuse me. And use the generator to put food in. And actually, no, I would actually set it up a little warmer, like in that 200 to 250 to 300 range to warm food up. So I could use it as a warmer and or something to hot hold things. Though I don't know what the, you know, temperature ranges are or will be. I know Brian from the Texas Patriot Barbecue, he was using some pellet cookers as warmers. So I might look into those or look into doing something like that eventually. Excuse me. All right, guys. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it quits. It is 11 or after 11:15, and I got to get up in the morning. So I think I don't even know if I'm going to finish this because, buddy, goodness gracious. Anyway, thank you guys so very much, as always, for watching. Those of you guys who are watching the replay, I really appreciate you. Let me know, like, just comment below. I appreciate your appreciation. So that's you who are watching the replay telling me that you appreciate the fact that I appreciate you. All right. So thank you guys so very much again. As always, I'm going to go ahead and sign off right now. Hate to be the bearer of bad news, but there's not going to be a video tomorrow. This guy didn't have an opportunity to film anything. Freaking weather and other things around. Nope, just didn't happen. Anyway, thank you guys again, as always, for watching. I'll see you guys next time. All right, Mark says night. KB says cheers, Dash. Stay saucy. Yes, indeed. Victor says, Dash, when you get out here, I'll show you. It's a physics thing. Did you know that Aaron Franklin actually does what I do, but no one recognizes it? The problem is, Victor, well, I won't say problem. The thing is, Victor, he has a brick and mortar, and his brick and mortar is not held to the same standards as a mobile food or establishment is. Grumpus says, good night, Dash, and everybody. Thanks for everything, Dash. No worries, man. Thank you, Grumpus. I really appreciate you. Look, Grumpus, I was looking through my barbecue cart, and I found some extra stickers and some more pens and other things like that. I thought I was a guru when it came to, I don't say product placement, but like stickers and tchotchke stuff. Grumpus, you got me beat. All right, guys. Anyway, thank you guys again. I'll see y'all next week. Good night. And I'm gone.